everyone, welcome back. All right, let's hear how September's reading went. It went really well. I finished 7 books and I restarted my Kindle book, the Stacey Willingham one that I tried to start in July, tried to start in August, and I just was not picking up my Kindle. No fault of the book because I have read and loved it, which we'll get to in a minute. But that was a huge accomplishment because I feel like I've been trying to read that book forever. I took my Kindle to work every day and read at my lunch break. And so that's how I got through that book. And I think I'm going to start doing that because that's going to get me committed to reading a Kindle book each month for the rest of this month. So, all right, so 7 books I read. A couple of them were on the shorter side, so I think that's how I managed to get through 7. But I read 2,371 pages this month and had an average of a 4.43 rating, which is so good. I had 4 4-star books this month and 3 5-star books. So we are just going to go in order of which I read them. So the first book in September I read and finished was Finley Donovan Rolls the Dice. If you watched my reading plans for September, I talked about how sure I was about continuing on in the series, but I really enjoyed it and I am going to continue on. I have to be in the mood for this. These are just great, like reading slump busters for me. I read through these like candy, like eating gummy bears on a road trip. Like, they're so satisfying, so addicting, and just so much fun. I really enjoy Vero and Finley's friendship. They may be my favorite female friendship in a series that I've ever read. They are just the vigilante trouble they get into, the hijinks. It's just the ridiculousness. You can't take these books too seriously, which I've mentioned, but these books make me laugh out loud. So I have read them in print, but I've also listened to them, and I really am convinced I'm just going to continue listening to them here on out. Whether I will collect them for my shelves, I don't know, because Angela Daw is a narrator and I just love her so much. Later in this video you'll see that there was another book that I listened to that was Angela Daw's voice, and I'm like, I had to read it in print because all I could hear was Finley. So but I think these books are funnier on audio. So take that with a grain of salt. That's just my thought. So entertaining, so much fun. In this one, I mean, it's 4 in a series, so I don't want to give away too much, but we have all the family going on this road trip to Atlantic City. We have her mother, her ex-husband, her friend Vero, obviously, her kids, and it's just was such a good time. Very entertaining. In this one, we get a little bit of a romance between, well, that might be spoilery. Let's just say the story arc between Javi and Vero, I didn't know that I was going to get that. I didn't know that I needed that or wanted that, and I really enjoyed that aspect of this book 4. So there's that. Great listen if you haven't. I gave it 4 stars. Such a good time. Very entertaining. Next, I picked up one of my Go With The Flow books. So I was behind a month with my Go With The Flow reads. So I read both, let me get this right, August and September's books in September. So this was August Go With The Flow, and it's a romance by Rebecca Yarros. My thoughts are coming out in the beginning of next month for July, August, September for that video. So I don't want to go into too much here, but just know I gave it 5 stars. This is much more than a romance. My 3rd romance I've read by Rebecca Yarros, and I've given all of them 5 stars. The Last Letter is still my favorite. It's a favorite of all time, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I know I only read it last year, so we'll give it some space and some time to really solidify that. But I mean, I know her 4th Wing series is a hit, and it should be, and I'm obsessed with that series as well. But if you are not reading her backlist or her romance, you are missing out. Please pick her up. More thoughts to come in that video. The 3rd book I read and finished and loved was for my Read Like a Booktuber, which that will come out at the end of October. I still have 1.5 books to read for that vlog, so I'm not going to share with you what that is today, but I gave it 5 stars. Spoiler alert. Okay, then next I picked up King of Ashes by S.A. Cosby. I listened to this because I am obsessed with Adam Lazar White's audio narrator voice. I feel like his voice just fits the tone and tone of the book. It matches his characters, just so much Southern grit, and it's just, you have to listen to these as well. Easy 5 stars. This book played havoc on my emotions. We'll just say that. It was intense and beautifully written. We have a Southern Virginia. We have family drama. We have crime. We have raw grit in this one. It's not for every reader. His books are not for every reader. They are very dark and heavy, but in all the best, delicious ways that I love personally. I was really locked into the characters. So we have 3 main characters in this one. They are siblings. We have Roman, who has come home to kind of help out his brother and sister with what's going on. Something happens to his father, and so he goes home to support his family. The family owns a family business, which is oh my gosh, what's the name? Where they burn bodies? Crematory. So that's what their family business is. Roman's character, he just is so complex and so intense and so ready to do whatever it is to help his family, to do what needs to be done. And I loved his character. Dante, which is the baby of the family, the youngest brother, I felt torn the whole story. I felt torn. Sometimes I just wanted to hold him and comfort him as a mother would a child, and then other times I just wanted to slap him silly because he makes some horrible choices. And then Nevaeh, the sister, who is staying at home, is running the family business. Her character, you just see her struggle trying to keep the family business afloat, and she is just she's just a broken soul. And I really liked all the sibling dynamics and how you watch each of them walk through grief together, separately, differently. It was so well done. So well done. There was a jaw-dropping twist for me personally in this book I did not see coming. I listened to this the weekend I painted my daughter's bedroom for her 13th birthday, so it'll always be connected to that somehow in my mind. But I flew through this in a day, and it was so good. 5 stars. Okay, next, the book I read was for my September Go With The Flow, which again, details to follow. I did enjoy this. That'll be spoilery. I didn't enjoy it as much as our other 2 books. We'll leave it at that. Is it worth the picking up, worth the read? Absolutely. This is definitely a slower burn, atmospheric mystery, small town mystery. So if you're in the mood for that, then definitely pick it up, but more thoughts to follow. But I did enjoy it. Very much, and I will continue to read everything Adrienne Young puts out. And then next, my hold at the library for the audiobook of this came in. So this was a book I had put on my TBR earlier a couple months ago for punctuation for buzzword. I can't remember if it was on the cover or buzzword, but one of those. And so I put it on hold in the library because I didn't get it to it that month, and it came through. And Angela Daw is the narrator, so I had a hard time listening to it because I'm like, why is Finlay Donovan reading me this story? So I stopped listening to it and read it with my eyeballs. That's just a me thing. But this was really good as well, too. I gave this 4 stars. Let me look at my notes, make sure. I think it was 4 stars. Yes, I gave this 4 stars. I was using this also for book in a series, but then I realized the series is just set in Black Harbor. Like, book 2 does not follow this police transcriber. Book 3 is another character. So they all are, it's a series in the sense it takes place in the same town, but we're not following the same characters. So I think that's interesting. I couldn't think of anything like that before with the series I've read. So that was interesting, but I really enjoyed this. There was so much in this shorter book, just crammed in there, but in all the good ways. it's hard to think of what to say without. So our main character, Hazel Greenlee, she is strong but broken. She is making not the best choices. There is infidelity in this book, which I did not love, even though the reader is meant to believe that we don't like her husband for different reasons, but I still had trouble with that. I just don't love infidelity in books. It's not like a deal breaker. Like, I'm not going to DNF a book or not pick a book up because there's the theme of infidelity. I just didn't love it in this one. But that was my only critique of the book. Everything else, from the writing and the characters and the plot and the twists and turns and the pacing, everything about this was perfect. And I'm really excited now to pick up more. So I have The Widowmaker and When I'm Dead, which are books 2 and 3 in this Black Harbor series. So not too bad. I read 2 series for series September. I had wanted to read more, of course, but things came up from the library, yada yada. I did a little bit of like with the S.A. Cosby, that was kind of a mood read, and yeah, so I don't regret anything I read. I gave this 4 stars. Definitely check this out if you like police crime drama, and yeah, I'm excited to read more in that series. And then last but not least, like I said earlier, I finally finished on my Kindle. Got this at a cute Etsy shop. I'll link it down below. I put Bookish Blonde on there. It's cute. It has a strap. I don't know if I showed this before. It does have a strap. The only thing I don't like, it doesn't have a magnetic. So when you read it, it like kind of does that. Not a big deal. And it doesn't have a stand. So, but it's super cute. Anyways, so I finally read Forget Me Not by Stacey Willingham, and I'm stuck between 4 and 5 stars. It is my second favorite by her. Now I will say the first 50-60% is a kind of your typical sleuth, Nancy Drew style sleuth mystery. It was more of a slower burn mystery, but in all the good ways. I was never bored. The reason why it took me so long to get through this book is because I just wasn't picking up my Kindle. I did start it again from the beginning and read it through my lunchtime, like I said. And so I read it in a lot of short spurts until the very end. I finished it at home and I read like the last 20% in a sitting, because you get to a certain point in the book where you definitely can't put it down. There are so many small twists that were done so beautifully, where after they're revealed, like I had not seen any of them coming, but after they were revealed, I realized that there were breadcrumbs along the way. I'm just not smart enough to pick them up, I guess. But it was so good. I love the closure that our main character gets, and how her relationships are mended. And man, Stacey Willingham, she writes the atmosphere of a story so well. It's like its own character. I love how the tension that her characters, like that build with her characters as her stories progress, that like also add to the atmosphere. I don't know. I'm probably not making any sense. I'm not eloquent enough to put it into words, but she does something special with her writing that I think is really unique, that I cannot compare to another mystery thriller writer. I'll leave it at that. So definitely pick this up. I don't know. See, I've given one of her books 5 stars and the others 4. And so I feel like that's why I don't think it's quite a 5-star, but I liked it better than the 4 stars. So 4.5, 5 stars we'll go with. But so good. I love the ending. I loved the use of the diary entries to bring us to the past timeline. And I love the growth of all these characters. Well, that's spoilery. I like where the relationship between mother and daughter ended up. I liked the growth that main character got, the closure she got. I don't want to spoil anything, but definitely pick it up. I didn't really understand the cover until a certain point in the book, so I really thought that was fun how it did that as well. yeah, so there you have it. Oh, I have started, this was also on my TBR, I have started this book. It's going to carry me over into October. I am enjoying it so far. It's Alan Eskins, who's surprised. But I'm trying to read him to 0. So after this one, I think I have one more to read, and then I'll read him to 0. Which, spoiler alert, I think I'm going to come out with a video sometime in October talking about all the books that are priority that I want to finish this year, because we're coming to that last quarter of the year already. Wow, how is that happening? But yeah, so I did start this one, but my thoughts to come in October, because there's no way I'm finishing it in the next few days unless I quit my day job, which I'm not going to, because I like my day job. But there was one other thought I had. Oh, I wanted to tell you too. In this, there's an author's note. Did you know, because I didn't, Adrienne Young is a twin, which makes the story even have another layer of interest to me. I thought that was really cool. But more thoughts, again, in my Go With The Flow video. So, okay, that is all. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. I am so excited to dive into my October reading. I just got the audiobook on hold from my library of V.E. Schwab's new book, We Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil, which is a highly anticipated read for me. I'm reading in October, so between finishing Alan Eskin's book and starting V.E. Schwab's book, it's going to be a good start to October. And I'm also in the middle of reading Riley Sager's new book on audio. That also came on hold. So I just started that one. So I don't know. I already am almost in the middle of 3 books, or starting 3 books in October, and it's September 28th when I'm filming this. So it is what it is. But thanks again for watching, you guys, as always. I love chatting down below with you. What was your favorite book you read in September? Thank you guys when you do comment in there. I have put some books on my radar and added to my want to read Goodreads based upon your feedback, so I appreciate that as always. If you don't feel chatty and you want to just show me that you are here, that helps my channel grow. Put some kind of fall leaf, or I don't know, something fall, some kind of fall emoji that you like, and I will see you guys in my next video. Happy reading. Bye.